Now at 9, Cherokee County Sheriff David Groves announces he's stepping down from the office. Plus, we're going to hear from a Kansas senator and a farmer about the need for a new federal farm bill. And some Pittsburgh students get a lesson on Native American history as they visit a mural.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Dow Quick. Cherokee County, Kansas Sheriff David Groves announces he's leaving the office after 15 years. Groves has spent the last 25 years in law enforcement. In addition to 15 years as sheriff, he had multiple terms as chairman of the Tri-State Major Case Squad, was president of the Kansas Sheriff's Association, and was even named Kansas Sheriff of the Year in 2019. In a statement, Groves says he plans to pursue professional opportunities outside of law enforcement and will leave the position once Governor Laura Kelly appoints his replacement. You can read the sheriff's full statement on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a pretty good Friday for us today. Definitely cooler than what we have seen over the past couple days, but still, it's nice. Below our average high 70, 63 is where we topped out. We started kind of chilly at 44 degrees, and we're going to be even a little bit cooler than that as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. The winds are starting to calm down. Still a little bit on the breezy side, but at least it's not going to be very windy as we go into the weekend. We do have some clouds kind of skirting through the region. Here's our next little wave building out across the Rockies, and then you can see some showers, snow in the higher elevations, but this system will start to affect us as we go into the weekend. What that's going to do is give us some clouds increasing and maybe a random shower tomorrow, but an overnight low of 41, so a little bit cooler this weekend, and I'll have all those details for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. As local farmers prepare for their busiest time of year, they're waiting for the next farm bill to be finalized. U.S. House Agriculture Chairman Glenn Thompson expects to reveal the legislation within the next month. KOAM's Fernandez Silva spoke to Kansas Senator Jerry Moran and to a local farmer to hear their perspectives on the bill.
Weighing on us all. We're all scratching our heads where this is going to go.
The reason for the Kinston farmer Jeff Clark's concern is the rise in operating costs.
Fertilizer, all inputs have gone up, just like everybody sees at the grocery store and the gas station. It affects us the same way.
The rise in prices is also one of the things Kansas Senator Jerry Moran hopes to see addressed in the new farm bill.
From my perspective, the number one thing we have to take into account is the increasing input costs. So there's a safety net that's designed to try to help farmers when they aren't breaking even. And if you're using old price data on what fertilizer used to cost or what natural gas used to cost, that safety net isn't sufficient to take care of the problems that farmers face today.
Currently, nutrition programs account for about 3/4 of the $428 billion projected total cost of the 2018 Farm Act. Crop insurance, conservation, and commodities represent nearly all the rest. That's according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
If that safety net is not in place, and if there's not crop insurance to take care of the circumstances when drought, hail, floods, freeze, all the things that can go wrong, if that's not taken care of by crop insurance, something that the farmer buys, but the federal USDA subsidizes, makes it affordable, if that's not available, then no young farmer is going to be able to go to the bank and borrow any money to do farming operations.
Agriculture is the largest economy driver in Kansas, with a total contribution of $81 billion to the Kansas economy, according to the Kansas Department of Agriculture. Clark says he pretty much doesn't count on governmental help to run his farms.
We've kind of been on our own in the last few years. All subsidies have faded away, which that's fine with us. We'd rather farm without them.
But if extra support is offered, he might take it.
It's hard to turn down money if they want to assist, but the current state, they have not been helping.
Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Farm bill is renewed every 5 years. The current bill is valid until September. Miami, Oklahoma held a ceremonial groundbreaking event today for the city's new airport terminal. That new terminal is going to replace the old one that was built way back in the 1970s. Funding for the project came from unanimous City Council approval, a dollar-for-dollar match grant from the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics, and 2 Federal Aviation Administration grant sources.
The city of Miami has needed this upgrade for a very long time. You know, growing communities like Miami need to make sure that we're investing in our airport facilities. So this is going to be a brand new terminal, which again is a brand new front door for the city of Miami.
That new terminal is expected to be completed in 2025. The Carthage R9 School District today unveiled the name of the new Tigers baseball stadium. The McCune-Brooks Regional Hospital Trust Baseball Complex name comes from the 3 sponsorships that made the new stadium possible. Tigers baseball coach says the new stadium is going to be a welcome change.
One, just to make that announcement, but for us, like, as far as the field goes, being on campus is huge. You know, we're talking about 30 minutes of practice time every day we lose, getting the kids to Carl Luton. We love it out there. The city's done great things for us out there, but just being close is going to be a big deal for us.
The ceremony included a check presentation from the sponsor organizations. The new stadium is at 1100 East Airport Drive in Carthage. A Pittsburgh bookstore is helping elementary school students learn more about Native American history. KOAM Samantha Walker explains how students are learning through books and art.
As Darcy Schultz welcomes Pittsburgh 4th graders to her store, Books and Bro, she's doing more than just saying hello. She is sharing a part of her culture. Pittsburgh elementary students met with Schultz to learn about local Native American history and culture, some of which is depicted in a mural outside her store.
For just to start with me sharing my story, you know, and then hopefully, like Maggie said, it might inspire somebody else to research their own family history and their culture.
Pittsburgh high school students worked with Schultz to organize the event, and they even created worksheets to help the younger students learn.
It was really exciting getting to see, like, kind of a younger version of, you know, what you'd imagine yourself like a few years ago, getting to experience something that you didn't.
I feel like I accomplished something and, you know, just helped kids in the community.
Schultz shared with students what Native American symbolism and history could be found in the large mural. The students also learned some words and phrases in Pewalia, a Peoria language. Schultz says hearing students engage with her culture in such a way was emotional.
When I was we were kind of going back and forth with the language. I had to really try to not cry, honestly, because it's just I think just so special.
The students will also receive a book to keep that tells the story of a young girl embracing her Native American heritage. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The owner of Books and Bro says they hope to hold similar events in coming years for future students to continue learning Indigenous history. Crowder College Foundation is getting creative for its fundraising efforts. Today they hosted a murder mystery dinner theater event. It was called Suspects and Sleuths. It was Wild West themed, so attendees were encouraged to dress accordingly as they tried to figure out who done it. The money raised from that event supports scholarships for Crowder students.
Volunteering time, they have to put 4 hours in for the whole academic year of service back in. So whether it's volunteering in the fall semester with our big Festival of Rees event, or if it's helping us through our spring event, or just any time in the office, whatever we have going on. So our students are, in a way, giving back for the donors that have provided scholarships to help them.
Prizes were awarded to the participants. Coming up, some teachers in Joplin received special training to help students with dyslexia. Educators in the Joplin area Catholic school system today received training on teaching students with dyslexia. Today's training for teachers at St. Mary's Elementary, St. Peter's Middle School, and McCauley Catholic is the first of 5 professional development days for those teachers. It focuses on a structured literacy approach to help affect students succeed.
As a teacher, if you have the tools you need, your job is easier, you're able to help kids, We don't become educators to make money. We love what we do and we love giving back. So having the right tools is extremely important. And this training is, it's what it does.
According to Yale University, 1 in 5 students has dyslexia. There's some encouraging news for children suffering from certain types of cancer. Scientists are evaluating more than 100 medications for treating difficult and recurring cases. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Seri has the latest from Atlanta.
When you find out your child has cancer, nothing else matters.
Diana Jenner's 3-year-old son Logan underwent 3 rounds of chemotherapy and a bone marrow transplant, only to see his acute myeloid leukemia relapse at the age of 5.
When cancers return, doctors usually have a challenge in selecting treatments. It's like entering this gigantic maze.
Researchers at Florida International University believe they found a way to eliminate some of the trial and error in cancer treatment. Combining DNA analysis with extensive drug testing, the scientists say they're able to see within days how small samples of a patient's living cancer cells respond to numerous potential treatments.
We tested over 120 FDA-approved drugs directly on the patient's cancer cells, and we did that within a week.
The lab collaborated with Logan's doctor to identify treatments that worked and eliminate those that did not.
One of his medications is very toxic to the heart. And what our testing showed us was that the regimen without that medication worked just as well with the tumor cells as it did with it.
In a peer-reviewed pediatric study published in Nature Medicine, only 1 of 8 participants with advanced relapsed cancers saw improved health with standard treatment. But of the 6 children receiving treatments guided by the FIU lab, 5 improved, including Logan, now 8 years old and cancer-free for more than 2 years.
I don't think my son would be here without this study.
Although the small FIU study focused on children, researchers say their method also works in adults. They're conducting ongoing human trials with Cleveland Clinic. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
A new study has found the mechanism in the brain that might drive drug addiction. In a study in mice, researchers at Mount Sinai tracked exactly how cocaine and morphine can alter the brain's reward system, with repeated exposure disrupting brain cells' ability to function normally. The research identified a specific gene that plays a role and could be a target for future therapies to treat addiction. Scientists at the University of California, San Francisco have identified the cells in the human airway that help make sure water doesn't go down the wrong pipe. The neuroendocrine cells sense water or acid in the upper airway and send a signal to the brain to trigger a cough. The research could someday help provide better treatments for patients with chronic cough or to prevent pneumonia. Doug is next with a complete look at the forecast, and later it's a rematch of the first softball game of the season as Independence takes on Baxter Springs. We'll have the highlights.
Well, it turned out to be a cooler Friday, but overall it was a pretty nice day across the region. Yesterday we were near 80. Today we could only get into low to mid 60s, and we're going to be even a little bit cooler as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Also, we're going to have some more clouds kind of sticking around. The winds are getting better. Still a little breezy, a northeasterly wind kind of ushering in that cooler air, but overall the winds are going to start to die down. Can see some mid and upper level clouds kind of shooting through the region. These are going to thicken up tonight. Here's our next little wave out across parts of Nebraska. You can see the snow in the upper elevations of the mountains right around Denver and just to the west. Doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with. Here's a little upper level wave, and most of this is going to pass to our south, but it will give us a couple random showers. Let's go through time. We're going to start out a little wider look so you can see most of the rain by tomorrow morning is down through Texas, showers and thunderstorms, southern parts of Arkansas. A couple little showers trying to squeak in during the early morning hours for us tomorrow. Another little batch develops to our south again as we get into tomorrow evening, and then everybody starts to clear out by the time Sunday rolls around. So let's zoom in. Let's get a closer look, go hour by hour for you tonight. We drop back right around 40 to 41 degrees. We're going to stay above that frost mark, which is good. As we go into Saturday, clouds thicken. You can see a couple little green blobs. Those are isolated little showers. Again, not a big deal, but one or two of those may try to pop up as we go through the daytime hours. Plus, our temperature is a little bit cooler. Highs right around 59, 60, 61 for us tomorrow. Clouds stick around tomorrow night, but by Sunday morning, 39 to 40 again, we'll stay above that frost level. And then as we go into Sunday afternoon, looks pretty good. We get some sunshine back, a little bit warmer as we go into lower 60s. So let's go 60 tomorrow, a few sprinkles or a shower, 62 on Sunday, below where we should be for this time of the year, but we warm right back up on Monday. All right, showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. These do not look to be severe. Thunderstorms late Thursday night into Friday. We are going to have a severe threat, at least a low severe threat. Temperatures really warm up next weekend, and we have another severe threat, bigger severe threat, as we get into next Saturday and Sunday. So we want to watch that as we go through the next several days. But here's that first wave Tuesday with some showers. Then we kind of reload. Thunderstorms Thursday into Friday morning as it passes through. Then we reload again for Saturday, giving us showers and thunderstorms across the region. So a lot to watch as we go through the next several days. 60 tomorrow, 62 on Sunday, 70 on Monday. Pretty good chance for thunderstorms Tuesday, high 71. And then look at the mid 80s. Moving in late next week with some showers and thunderstorms.
Doug, thanks. Coming up, is it a buyer's or seller's market?
A headline in the Wall Street Journal, boomers bought up the big homes, now they're not budging. I'm Jerry Willis with Fox Business. Why aren't empty nesters downsizing anymore? I'll have the answer coming up.
Parsons, Kansas Animal Shelter today raised money with a rummage sale. Proud Animal Lovers Shelter, or PALS, hosted the sale in the gym of the Parsons State Hospital. People were able to buy a variety of items with all the proceeds benefiting the shelter and its mission to care for animals.
We have people that they wait for these rummage sales so they can bring their things to us. They love donating to us. They love the support that we give the animals. We love the support of the community. But they will wait. They will ask when the spring comes, when is your sale? When is your sale? I have things to bring.
The Proud Animal Lovers Shelter is at 24052 Meade Road in Parsons. Mortgage rates have been high lately, but some say this week could still be the best time for homeowners to sell. Fox Business correspondent Jerry Willis has more.
Sellers have been on the sidelines for 2 years, according to Realtor.com, many waiting for those mortgage rates to fall. But more and more homeowners are feeling the pressure of retirement or a need to downsize or other personal factors. Now, while 50% say they plan to wait out rates, 29% say they need to sell soon for personal reasons. To be sure, sellers are getting more realistic. Just 15% say they expect a bidding war, down from 31% in 2023. Considering listing prices, number of buyers per listing, and seasonal factors like school and vacation schedules, Realtor.com says this week will be the best of 2024 to sell a home.
It's got the most favorable balance of all of these factors for sellers. It suggests they'll be able to sell quickly at a good price and be happy with the outcome.
Importantly, the analysis doesn't consider mortgage rates, which have been on the rise, a big factor for sellers buying a new home as they sell their old one. Freddie Mac's weekly survey showing rates approaching 7% at 6.88%. Bottom line, more sellers throwing in the towel on their wait for lower rates, which could lead to more robust inventory, something buyers have been waiting for. In New York, Jerry Willis, Fox Business.
Netflix made some risky moves last year, but they seem to have paid off. The streaming service cracked down on users sharing passwords, which pushed users to get their own accounts. And now, in the first 3 months of this year, Netflix announced it had gained more than 9 million subscribers. That brings Netflix to a record high number of subscribers, nearly 270 million. Tesla has been ordered to recall nearly 4,000 Cybertrucks because the accelerator pedals can become stuck in the down position. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, workers improperly used soap to help fit the pad onto the accelerator panel. The residual lubricant from the soap can keep the pad from staying on when it's pressed down, and that can cause the accelerator pedal to stick in place. 4th of July is only a few months away. Up next, we're going to check out a demonstration from Black Market Fireworks testing their new products. Well, the 4th of July isn't for a few months still, but Joplin Tonight got a preview of what's to come. Maybe you saw this on the west side of Joplin tonight. Black Market Fireworks hosted a demonstration for its new products. They hosted it at their warehouse.
It's a family business. We've been doing this. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've been doing this 50 years. My dad started this business in 1970, and ever since I was a little guy, I was around fireworks. And now my children are into this. My whole family is into fireworks, and it pops for all of us still to this day.
Local food trucks set up shop at that warehouse to feed the eager viewers before the show began. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Dozens of people gather in Oklahoma City to recognize the 29th anniversary of the bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. Plus, jury selection wraps up in the criminal trial of former President Donald Trump.
You're watching the 4 States Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Dow Quick. Oklahoma City residents spent some time this morning remembering the lives lost on this date in the 1995 bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. The remembrance ceremony took place at the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum. It included an observance of 168 seconds of silence, one for every victim killed in the attack, including 19 children. Speakers at the ceremony included U.S. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt, and Governor Kevin Stitt.
But we looked evil in the eye, and we came together as one Oklahoma. We showed our strength, our resilience, and our courage. Out of the rubble of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building came the Oklahoma Standard. And today, on the 29th anniversary, we recommit ourselves to that standard.
At the time of the attack, it was the deadliest act of homegrown terrorism in U.S. history. There was a disturbing situation outside a New York courthouse today. Police say a man outside the building where former President Donald Trump's criminal trial was taking place poured an accelerant over his head, then lit himself on fire. Before he did that, he threw pamphlets into the air. Firefighters extinguished the flames, and the man was taken to the hospital in critical condition. 3 police officers and 1 court officer also received minor injuries. Former President Trump is finishing the first week of his New York criminal trial, finished today, before he returns to the campaign trail. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has the latest from the historic jury selection.
A jury has been finalized, chosen to decide whether or not former President Trump broke the law and falsified business records. 12 jurors and 6 alternates were questioned by both sides before getting selected. He stopped to say he should be on the campaign trail and complained about his gag order preventing him from speaking about certain people involved in the case. Trump has been accused of violating that order.
The gag order has to come off. I should be allowed to speak. Every time I come out to speak to you, I want to be open because we did absolutely nothing wrong.
Trump plans to attend a major campaign event in North Carolina over the weekend to make up for his time in court.
Instead of being in Pennsylvania or Georgia or North Carolina or lots of other places today, I'm sitting in a courthouse all day long.
President Biden spent most of the week campaigning in Pennsylvania, a key battleground state. He told a group of union workers there he would let Trump's tax cuts expire, one of the former president's proudest achievements.
This is a different breed of cat, these MAGA Republicans. Now they want to repeal the climate law that would gut all those new jobs and industries we're creating here in America.
Opening arguments in the trial are expected to start Monday. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
A bit later, how 3D printed parts are revolutionizing Formula One racing.
Well, it turned out to be a cooler Friday, but overall it was a pretty nice day across the region. Yesterday we were near 80. Today we could only get into low to mid 60s, and we're going to be even a little bit cooler as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Also, we're going to have some more clouds kind of sticking around. The winds are getting better. Still a little breezy, a northeasterly wind kind of ushering in that cooler air, but overall the winds are going to start to die down. Can see some mid and upper level clouds kind of shooting through the region. These are going to thicken up tonight. Here's our next little wave out across parts of Nebraska. You can see the snow in the upper elevations of the mountains right around Denver and just to the west. Doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with. Here's a little upper level wave, and most of this is going to pass to our south, but it will give us a couple random showers. Let's go through time. We're going to start out a little wider look so you can see most of the rain by tomorrow mornings down through Texas, showers and thunderstorms, southern parts of Arkansas. A couple little showers trying to squeak in during the early morning hours for us tomorrow. Another little batch develops to our south again as we get into tomorrow evening, and then everybody starts to clear out by the time Sunday rolls around. So let's zoom in. Let's get a closer look, go hour by hour for you tonight. We drop back right around 40 to 41 degrees. We're going to stay above that frost mark, which is good. As we go into Saturday, clouds thicken. You can see a couple little green blobs. Those are isolated little showers. Again, not a big deal, but one or two of those may try to pop up as we go through the daytime hours. Plus, our temperature is a little bit cooler. Highs right around 59, 60, 61 for us tomorrow. Clouds stick around tomorrow night, but by Sunday morning, 39 to 40, again, we'll stay above that frost level. And then as we go into Sunday afternoon, looks pretty good. We get some sunshine back, a little bit warmer as we go into lower 60s. So let's go 60 tomorrow, a few sprinkles or a shower, 62 on Sunday, below where we should be for this time of the year, but we warm right back up on Monday. All right, showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. These do not look to be severe. Thunderstorms late Thursday night into Friday. We are going to have a severe threat, at least a low severe threat. Temperatures really warm up next weekend. And we have another severe threat, bigger severe threat, as we get into next Saturday and Sunday. So we want to watch that as we go through the next several days. But here's that first wave Tuesday with some showers. Then we kind of reload. Thunderstorms Thursday into Friday morning as it passes through. Then we reload again for Saturday, giving us showers and thunderstorms across the region. So a lot to watch as we go through the next several days. 60 tomorrow, 62 on Sunday, 70 on Monday. Pretty good chance for thunderstorms Tuesday, high 71. And then look at the mid 80s. Moving in late next week with some showers and thunderstorms.
Doug, thanks. Coming up in sports, Independence visits Baxter Springs for a battle on the softball diamond. Plus, Missouri Southern is at Joe Becker Stadium tonight for the team's throwback game. Ron Baldridge brings us the highlights and more.
Well, a month ago today, Independence High School began its 2024 softball season with an 18-3 victory over Baxter Springs. This afternoon, the Lady Lions get a shot for some redemption at home playing the Bulldogs. Independence softball is on the road facing Baxter Springs for the second time this year. Bulldogs get things started right away as the first batter of the game, Jaden Price, is wasting no time. She hits one to the fence to the right center field. She slides in safely to second base with a lead-off double for the next batter up to the plate. Hunter Wine-Brenner hits one over the right fielder's head. Price will easily score. She hustles around third for the RBI triple, and it's 1-0 Indy. Bulldogs not done in the first. 2 runners on as Caitlin Felton sends a line drive out to left field. 2 more runs score, and Independence puts 7 on the scoreboard in the first inning. So we go to the bottom half of the inning now. Felton is in the circle for the Bulldogs. A line drive goes right back to her, and she makes the nice catch. Great awareness there. Bats were quiet on both sides for the rest of the way. No runs cross the plate for the remainder of this one. Independence shuts out Baxter Springs 7-0. We're coming down to the final stretch of the Division II college softball season. Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State are both on the road for MIAA doubleheaders. And the Gorillas today with an eye-opening 42-4 record. So we'll start with Pitt State, and it's a doubleheader against Northwest Missouri State. PSU wins the game 3-0. The Gorillas shockingly lose game 2 5-0. This is Pitt State's first loss versus an unranked opponent since February 23rd. Jenny Fuller's group has another road doubleheader tomorrow against Missouri Western. Missouri Southern, on the other hand, is in St. Joseph for a doubleheader against the Griffins. Lions lose this game 7-5, but they bounce back nicely in game 2, win that one 7-1. The Lions and the Gorillas swap opponents tomorrow, so MSSU will play a doubleheader against Northwest Missouri State. College baseball is quickly approaching the playoffs, and Pittsburgh State is on the road for its final time of the regular season this weekend, and conversely, Missouri Southern has its final homestand over the next 3 days. So starting with the Gorillas, they win 13-3 at Newman this afternoon. Austin Warkins and Dagan Brady combined for 7 runs batted in. Brady goes 3 for 4 at the plate, which includes a home run. Tanner Leslie gets the win on the mound, and he pitches 5 innings, striking out 2, only allowing 3 earned runs in this one. So in Joplin tonight, the Missouri Southern Lions are switching up their home field at Joe Becker Stadium for the team's throwback game. To begin the second inning, as Nate Miskowski hits a ground ball sharply up the middle. That gives Garrett Rice plenty of time to round third, and he stomps on home plate. Southern takes a 1-0 lead. Later in the inning, Drew Townsend parachutes a base hit to left field, and Nate Miskowski's hustling and slides home safely at home plate. And the Lions take a 2-0 lead. We fast forward to the 5th inning now. Same score as Will Daugherty hammers this baseball, and he will admire that one. Clear the deck. It's a solo shot home run, and it's his 10th of the season. Missouri Southern makes it a 3-0 ball game. So on the mound for the Lions tonight, the Webb City alum Cole Gaiman makes his case for MIAA Pitcher of the Year. Throws a complete game shutout, strikes out 5, and only allowing 3 hits all night long. Gives the bullpen a night off, and Missouri Southern goes on to complete the shutout. Lions win the series opener 5-0. That's your look for sports. We're back after this.
Seems like 3D printing knows no bounds, with the technology making homes, food, and everything in between. That now includes prototype parts for one of the most famous types of race cars out there. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten takes a closer look at how it's revolutionizing the sport.
3D printing is ushering in a new era of race cars. At its headquarters in England, McLaren Racing is using more than 20 3D printers to create various prototype parts for its Formula One vehicles.
The technology has moved on a lot in terms of its material properties, the size of which components can be grown.
Formula One cars require many special pieces in order to be assembled. The front wing alone, which helps control airflow around the vehicle, takes roughly 10,000 parts to be completed.
Some of the components to jig a front wing are 3D printed. It's a very efficient way of making complex parts.
Given all this intense work, the printers are more than just a fancy trend.
With one human input of a program, you get multiple parts off a build. So it's very time efficient for human labor because it essentially runs lights out.
Besides saving valuable time, the printers can create the parts with recycled materials, helping to combat waste and reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Having the ability to print 100% recycled filament with our new software OpenM is really a change for the industry.
Efforts like these could help the sport of Formula One achieve its goal of being net zero by 2030. By 2026, officials add, all F1 cars will be using sustainable fuel. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Coming up with Earth Day on Monday, we're going to look at some toys themed around the planet. Earth Day activities for kids can include discovering new toys, from eco-friendly to those that teach about preserving the planet. The Toy Insider shared some of their favorites this year. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Kids can celebrate Earth Day with a variety of toys.
From toys that are just made out of more environmentally friendly materials to toys that actually teach kids a thing or two about how to better preserve our planet.
The Toy Insider's Marissa Silva shared their favorites this year.
Care Bears have always been all about caring and sharing and spreading those good vibes, but now we've got these great new versions that are all about caring for the earth. This jumbo Care Bear is actually made with plastic from 45 water bottles.
And who are the Sketch Pals Forest Friends?
So these are amazing. This is from Boogie Board. And what I love about these Sketch Pals is you're eliminating the need for paper. So all kids do is they write on the little tablet, they press the nose, and their writing or drawings go away.
Imaginative, interactive options include the Ocean Rescue playset and the Growing Greenhouse.
You get this really cute little greenhouse playset, all of these cute little potted flowers that come off. So you can challenge kids with all different things like memory games, matching, skill building, but the whole thing is made of recycled materials as well. This is like the piece de resistance of eco-friendly toys, if you will, because not only is the entire thing made of FSC certified wood and plant-based plastic, but you're actually teaching kids all about little things that they can do to help their environment, instilling in kids how to care for your environment, to make sure that animals are safe and have what they need in our beautiful oceans.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of a 67-year-old gorilla at the Berlin Zoo. Let's make it a great weekend.